With those very many remarks, I request you to be upstanding and help me to usher in the President of the Republic of Kenya. Mr. President.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you very much. Let's take our seats. Thank you very much. My good friend, Vice President Valdis Dombrovskis of the EU Commission, ambassadors present, our two great people, Dora and Alfred, who managed to do the hard work so that we can have this agreement in place, ambassadors representing various EU countries present, private sector members who are here, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to this great morning, a very important occasion when we finally are putting pen to paper on an agreement that has been outstanding since 2016, when we agreed as members of the East African community to engage with our brothers in the EU with the view of having a partnership agreement. Welcome, my friend Dombrovskis, to Nairobi. I'm informed that you have been to the national park to enjoy our wildlife. I'm also told you have been to some of our flower farms to see how the fine produce that you find in Europe, where it is grown, how it is grown, by who. That's very encouraging. Nairobi is a very interesting city, as you may have known. On one side, we have a whole wildlife national park. On the other side, we have a canopy of forest in the middle of town. That is how Kenyans blend diverse elements and generate sustainable complementarity. The government and the people of Kenya acknowledge with great appreciation the cordial relations existing between the EU, represented here by great ambassadors, out of which a long-standing and fruitful partnership has emerged and grown to cover several areas of mutual interest, including trade, investment, development cooperation, and I record here that EU is the second most important development partner for Kenya after the World Bank. And it speaks to the great friendship and partnership between our two countries. We are our country and the EU. We are here today to mark a very important milestone in our remarkable partnership, the conclusion of the negotiation of the EU-Kenya Economic Partnership Agreement. I recall when we last met in Brussels, and I came in March this year. We tasked the chief negotiators to expedite the outstanding aspects of the process with a view to reaching a conclusion before June this year. This is an agreement that has been outstanding for almost 8 years. And if we had left it the way it was, it would take another couple of years. As was said here, agreements are negotiated over years, maybe decades. But the record 7 months that this agreement has been brought to conclusion with the active, dedicated, committed support and working around the clock by Dora and Alfred deserves commendation. Congratulations. Tuwapigie makofi jameni. Thank you very much. When I had an engagement with the President of the EU Commission, I did commit that the government of Kenya will do its part to make sure that we conclude this agreement before June this year. And I want to thank the two chief negotiators for being good people at taking instructions. When I am therefore greatly pleased that this has been accomplished And I want to thank the EU Director, Trade for Africa, and Kenya's Principal Secretary and their technical teams. I know behind them have been many people who have put this agreement together. Today's milestone also represents a giant step forward for the East African community partners, because as my good friend has said, this agreement just sets the stage for finally bringing the East African community partner states into the agreement. And I have also issued instructions to Moses that, and I want to commit to our EU friends, that by you signing this agreement with Kenya, we also commit that we will work with our East African partner states. We will work with the 28 African states that are members of the tripartite free trade agreement, so that we can bring them on board this agreement subsequently. And hopefully we can also take this all the way to the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, so that we can build a bigger market, build a bigger consensus, and be able to do more with the populations that exist between Europe and Africa. This achievement also represents a fundamental deliverable under the EU-Kenya strategic dialogue, our mechanism for advancing our common strategic interests in trade, investment, peace, and security in our region, and the transition to green energy and the digital economy. It signals our long-term commitment to ensure that farmers, including those in the flour, coffee, tea, fish, peas, and the edible fruits and nuts sector, are assured of a predictable market. Although the EU is already Kenya's largest export destination, accounting for 21% of Kenya's total exports, the agreement we have negotiated provides significant opportunities to enhance this performance. It assures a stable market for industrialists, for our farmers, and also industrialists in the European Union that deal in machinery and mechanical appliances, pharmaceutical products, chemicals, electrical machinery, beverages, and other processed products of an assured market in our country. Additionally, the agreement will grant Kenyan products immediate duty-free, quota-free entry into the EU from the day it comes into effect. And in recognition of our varied stage of progress along the development journey, products from the EU will progressively receive duty reductions over a period of 25 years. Beyond trade, the agreement is also designed to stimulate investment and manufacturing. Consequently, Kenya is prepared to strengthen its manufacturing sector in order to enhance our exports to EU globally. We are finally ready to take our place as a global player in export-led manufacturing and services. I encourage European companies that import goods from Kenya to invest in value addition here and export finished value-added products out of Kenya.